Well, June 18th. Today's the 17th, but the 18th marks an anniversary of the U.S. men's national team's opening game of the 1994 World Cup against Switzerland. And, Tony, we wanted to get your memories of that game that got played in Detroit. We want to take a look at the starting 11. And I guess we should start here, everybody. Let's pretend Tones isn't here. Chuck, do you feel like this team right here, we had Meola in goal, Paul Caligiuri on the left side, Alexi Lalas and Marcelo Balboa at center backs, Clay Kuhlman at the right back, Dooley and Sorber as the holding midfielders, Harks and Ramos as the wingers, 4-4-2, I should say, and Ernie Stewart and Eric Winaldo up top. Do you think this team could beat the current team, our top A team?
One, that's ultimate disrespect. Like to ask me that question is so disrespectful. I honestly, I cannot believe you asked that question.
What?
Look at the experience of this team. Look at the quality of this team. Do you honestly think Ajiban's getting by Balboa and Lalas?
Maybe Lalas, because we talk about slow. Were we talking about slow before?
Yeah, but in terms of physicality, nothing. So take out the aerial game for this current team against this team. Balboa in his prime. Oh my God, he's good on the ball.
Balboa's
what a tackler.
One of my favorites.
Dooley and Sorber in the midfield. Dooley was graceful in the way that he played. I just remember watching him, how easy he moved with the ball. He's graceful, good touches, could strike the ball. Sorber, more like
he's like the 10 freeway. He only played east or west.
You said Sorber?
Yeah.
But he won so many balls.
He did.
He won the ball, and he was a connector, man. Remember the six was a little bit different back then. What wasn't always considered a destructive position, the 6 back in 1994. It was more like a provider and a connector, right? Backline to midfield to forwards. Like he was the middleman. I don't know what his passing numbers were, but I guarantee you he didn't give away 5% of the passes he made.
Would you take Ernie Stewart and move him to the right and move Tab?
No, Ernie Stewart actually played under. It was more like a 4-4-1-1. Ernie Stewart had the right to roam wherever he felt the game to go. Can we throw that one back up real quick?
Because I remember Ernie being more of a wide player.
Yeah, he played mostly wide right, but in this game, he had the freedom to roam because remember, this is a Switzerland game. I think they were in a 4-4-2 as well. Winaldo was a guy that could run behind you. And Winaldo liked to roam. So Ernie's job, as I recall it, was to go wherever Winaldo didn't go. Right? But Winaldo's job was to occupy the back line somehow. And, occupy a defender. And then Ernie could go and find the game because Ernie can – when all that had to be like on your shoulder and run by you, Ernie could be behind you and then run by. Those two were really, really fast. And remember, Harks, who generally played in the middle of the field. If you remember the own goal against Colombia, he was more tilted to the left side of the field in this tournament. And Dooley was the guy that covered all the ground, and Sorber was the brains of the operation, if you will. Right? He's the guy who read the game and stayed behind and connected passes. Tab was go take people on 1v1 and make passes like the assist that we had against Colombia, the little chip over the top around the corner for the second goal. So that team had a lot of dynamics. Jimmy, to answer your question, it's 31 years ago, so it's hard to compare. What would
the score be against the team that started against Wales in the 2022 World Cup?
I would take this team against any of our national teams, even 2002, because of the organization we had in this team. This team was organized.
Over 02?
Yeah, this team. I would play that team. No, I didn't say we win. I'd go and compete against that team. Yeah. I don't know. I would have no problem. I would have no problem having been in both groups. The 2002 team was more talented than this 1994 team. But I would have no problem. Remember, we played everybody in the world with this team leading into the World Cup. We played everybody, and it was a hard team to break down. a hard team to get opportunities against. We sacrificed maybe throwing guys forward, but it was never part of the plan. It was never like we were going to be a defensive team. Bora was an organized guy. And as much as he was a madman in the way that he thought about the game and he was like a mad scientist, this team was as organized as any team I've ever been on in my life. And we had to be. We had to be because we were still young at that time.
So, Tones, this game ended 1-1 when Alda scored on a set piece, really well taken set piece from out the free kick outside the box. How nervous were you before this game? Just given all the hype that led up. I mean, and obviously you're going to be one of the few people in the at least in our country that could relate to what our current group is going to go through when they kick off at SoFi in the opening game of the 2026 World Cup.
Yeah, suffocating walking out in that place because it was the first indoor game. It was so hot. And it you couldn't breathe. Halftime was incredible. I mean, it was unbelievable, man. But
look at the kids. Oh my God!
The
kids are all time. They are the numbers, the shorts. The only thing is the socks are a little off. But man, those kids are fire. By the way, all the hair game. Balboa, Lalas,
everybody. Yeah,
Winalda,
those hair that hair was just different. I'd put that hair game against any national team ever to play for the U.S.
The hair game was
maybe Colombia '94 with Aguita and Valderrama.
They had a couple.
Pretty good players.
Alvarez in the midfield. They had a couple too. They had a couple guys. Was our challenge, but we beat them, so that's good anyway. So we take the hair game with us too. That was it was incredible, man. It's I can't wait for it to happen a year from now. I can't wait to be a fan. Like I was a little bit of a fan in 2018 covering. I would meet Tab Ramos in the center in Russia, where all the fan groups sort of convene like during the day before they went to their games, and we sat at this little coffee shop and we would watch the fans, and it was like, is this what it's like to be a fan at the World Cup? Like, is this what you get to do? And now like it's gonna be, it's gonna come to my home state and where I'm living now as well. I'm down in Florida, and I can't wait to be a fan of this thing and see this like live, because as players, we know we never experience any of this. You see a little bit of it, but it's going to be. I'm just watching this Club World Cup. I don't know if you guys. I'm sure you've seen the Palmeiras fans, the Boca fans down here. I mean, the beaches were swamped. It looks crazy, and these are like Argentinian fans, right? In Boca's case, they're only supporting one team. They're not supporting River. They don't support anyone else. But when like Argentina comes here, Brazil, I can't imagine what it's going to be like in these cities, man. I can't wait to I hope I get the chance to travel around and be part of it.
Oh, look at you. You got to the end of the video. Thanks for watching. We appreciate it. So if you want more average to good content, then you know where to go find it. Go peruse our channel, then hit like, then hit subscribe, and of course, turn on your notifications so that you never miss a show. We'll see you next time.